presents Extreme Rules.
Extreme Rules.
And now,
The rules are just as extreme as...
The funny thing about that is that they are less rules when they are extreme. Guys and gals and non-binary pals, welcome to our second ever free per-view Extreme Rules. Tonight, I am joined by none other than the one and only TW.
It's always a pleasure to be here with the POW universe, especially on one of our free previews where you will see some of the finest in-ring wrestling action that I have ever witnessed in my life, and I've been everywhere.
He's in fact been everywhere. Tonight, speaking of everywhere, we happen to be in Seattle, Washington. So hello to our home crowd there. We are ready to show you just what POW can bring you when it comes to Extreme Rules. Tonight, we have a debut match for two folks. One of which has been teased previously by Dr. Yao and his bouncing baby boy. The other, a brand new competitor that we have brought in. Good to know. Thank you, Alien. We'll perhaps go and check that out. Thank you.
Retweet that Twitch.
We will retweet. Retwitch that tweet and retweet that Twitch. A young man coming to us tonight with a collegiate background in wrestling, ready to make his debut tonight against none other than Brian, Dr. Yao's bouncing baby boy.
Last week, Dr. Yao spoke about his children. 08, who we met last week in the Triple Threat match, and Brian, who we've yet to be introduced to, but apparently tonight we're going to see Brian's first in-ring action, and see if Dr. Yao is right to be as proud of his baby boy as he has seemed to be.
Following contest scheduled for one fall. Introducing first on his way to the ring from the Fayette County YMCA, Porkchop.
This young man is coming to us with an amateur wrestling background, which has done many competitors well here in POW. Unfortunately for Porkchop, he seems not to have grown beyond that amateur wrestling background. Headgear does not make for a good thing. I'm already seeing Brian ripping it off and beating it with it.
You can potentially see that, of course, yes. Now, that being said, not much of a background to be said, as Porkchop himself is very recently out of high school.
Background, not foreground.
But perhaps that beginner's luck will kick in.
We can only hope.
Wearing the colors of the Fayetteville YMCA tonight, representing.
Good luck, young man.
And his opponent from the laboratory of Dr. Yao, weighing in at 3.5 pork chops, Brian!
Well, I can't help but wonder if that's Porkchop the meat or Porkchop the wrestler. If it's Porkchop the wrestler, he's in for a bad night.
By the looks of him, I would say probably Porkchop the wrestler. He looks to be a big son of a gun. Probably a little heavier than 3 small slabs of meat.
I don't know, you find yourself a giant boar out there, and I imagine the Porkchop weighs quite a bit.
It's true.
There was a wonderfully terrible film once called Hogzilla. I can imagine those Porkchops would weigh quite a bit.
Not a connoisseur of such things, but I imagine you are absolutely correct in your assessment there, TW. We are joined tonight by also a live ring announcer tonight. You may introduce yourself as well.
Andy with a Y.
Andy with a Y.
As in, why am I here? I have no idea, but I am here for it.
Mr. Powers pays well. That's why I'm here.
I wasn't gonna go there, but yeah.
Brian, perhaps with an entrance to rival Johnny Mercury, is the longest here in POW, taking his time coming to the ring. Of course he is. That doesn't shock me one bit. He's a man of no words and perhaps brutality, but again, we'll see as we go.
Sure does light up that ring with that lantern.
Luckily, our stage crew lights it up much better. I'd hate for them to be wrestling in the dark by a lantern light tonight.
Here we are, the debut of Porkchop and Brian. Good luck, young man.
Forgot to mention on the way in, this is an Extreme Rules match. not that Brian is going to need anything outside of the ring to make Porkchop into a stain on the mat.
He's brutalizing Porkchop in the corner. Arms and knees. Nope. Porkchop fighting back. Nope. Not for very long.
He's getting tenderized.
And there goes the poor boy into the turnbuckle.
A roll through lariat there from Brian. Oh, arm drag.
Porkchop showing off some basic technical wrestling skill, which is really about what we expect from a corkscrew takedown. See, for a moment there, I thought he might have been climbing to the top rope, but he's going underneath the apron.
Oh, let's see what he can find in there. Of course, he realizes that he might need something to take on the giant that is Brian.
Comes out with a kendo stick and nails Brian in the head.
When in doubt, poke it with a stick.
And immediately throws it away. One strike is enough for him.
A bold move as Brian answers with a headbutt. And that roll through lariat a second time. Honestly, I'm surprised Porkchop's not dead yet.
Big stomp from the big man. I'm guessing Brian's a man. I'm not sure. I was not given Brian's preferred pronouns.
I'd go with thing, but that's just well. Porkchop going for a different weapon underneath the apron after having gotten rid of his kendo stick.
Which is laying right there. Oh,
taking his sweet time.
Something a little harder, a baseball bat, which maybe he's borrowed from Erica Draven.
I seem to recall that he played junior varsity baseball in high school. But I don't know that that's going to help him much here as Brian beats the bat out of his hand at the first opportunity.
And then proceeds to put his face into the hardest part of the ring, save for DuPont's mustache.
Indeed. Oh, Porkchop showing a little agility there.
Again with the single leg takedown.
He seems to like to focus on that leg. Apparently, the one move Porkchop has practiced over and over again is an ankle lock. He's trying to soften up the desiccated flesh of Brian.
That would seem to be potentially the goal there, yes. Now that you say it, his flesh does look a little desiccated. It's a little gray there. Perhaps not entirely living.
Going back for perhaps a third weapon here. Nope, he's going to the kendo stick this time. Smarter, takes less time. Beating Brian about the knees. Once more. Throwing it out of the ring.
Perhaps he's trying to confuse Brian.
I don't know that there's much there to confuse.
As Brian takes him once more outside of the ring, maybe this time to tell him to get a better weapon, as the kendo stick was not much of an impediment.
As Porkchop has been throwing weapons out of the ring, so Brian throws Porkchop out of the ring.
And a snake eyes onto the hardest part of the ring there, the apron.
Porkchop with a boot to the stomach. He answers with a small right fist.
Heads back into the ring.
The ring seems to bring him some sort of... Is that
going for an alligator roll into a sit-up. And a nut wrench.
Seems that Porkchop's a submission specialist here. Elbow to the gut. Brian is quickly back in. Nope. Hook into the corner.
Crossbody.
Porkchop may be small.
Brian quickly back to his feet.
Undersized, a little amateur. Oh, here we are.
Up.
And there's the choke
And
slam.
back down. There's the stain on the mat I was speaking of previously. That
almost
was Porkchop.
And Porkchop. And there we go.
Yeah. He did have some gumption.
Can't blame him that. There may not be a lot of meat on that bone, but it's certainly a Porkchop worth looking at.
He certainly has some fight in him. Good to see he's still moving after that brutal choke slam.
I agree, Alien Lee, that Porkchop does indeed look. Well done.
Congratulations to Brian on his first match here at POW.
I'd also like to offer congratulations to Porkchop for walking out under his own power.
That is also quite the feat after that match.
Get ready for our second match tonight. Let's welcome these two young competitors to the show, and hopefully we'll see more of them come the future.
Right, second match tonight at POW Extreme Rules brings us to a 6-man, 3-on-3 tag match. Tonight is going to be a pins count, falls count, anywhere, not just pins. There can be submissions outside of the ring as well. The Orphans making their triumphant return to the ring, this time facing the Monsters Among Men.
And yet another new competitor here to POW who will be introduced to you momentarily. The Orphans hope that this 6-man tag match goes better than the last time they tried 6-man tag competition, where about 30 seconds into the match, Anaconda Cox was counted out of the ring by the referee after being hit into the ring post by Hammerhead of Shark Party.
Right, that does seem to be Shark Party's MO, not just of late, but pretty much from the beginning. They are fans of the count-out disqualification.
Indeed, the Monsters Among Men ran afoul of Shark Party as well, and have shown clearly that they prefer to keep their business inside the ring. So we should see an inside-the-ring finish here between these two 3-man tag teams.
One would hope. One would hope. They are a mixed bag here, being that Jonk is of a bit more of a heated temperament, or with Ironjaw, of course, keeping himself a little bit more cool-headed.
Our new competitor might perhaps have the coolest head of all, but well, that's because he's maybe I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna leave that for now.
The following, one fall and falls count anywhere, on their way to the ring at a combined weight of 769 pounds. Nice. Titanic Tom, Anaconda Cox, and Leo Craven, the Orphans!
Nice. Well, somebody's got to have some energy somewhere. I'm a big fan of these Orphans.
Theoretically, they're very good competitors. We haven't been able to see much of them.
Indeed.
But I am excited to see them complete a match between the three of them.
And their opponents, Iron Jaw, Jonk, Monsters Among Men, and their partner from parts unknown,
Here comes Iron Jaw and John, the Orc and Minotaur, who make up the Monsters Among Men, who feel that they shouldn't be in this 6-man tag match. Feel that they should be, perhaps rightfully so, in the tag team title match that's taking place later tonight. But perhaps they'll win their way there someday.
It's very likely. They are fierce competitors. We've seen them inside, outside of the ring. We've seen Iron Jaw make a paste out of Hammerhead in the back.
And we've seen Junk take on the POW Twitch champion, Cannonball Vegas.
Absolutely. Fantastic competitors.
Now their partner from parts unknown, Count Toyotathon.
Now this competitor tonight, one that I am personally unfamiliar with. I've met them backstage, signed a contract and all that, but very mysterious figure. Not one that liked to show his face a whole lot backstage. One brought into us actually by the Infernal.
I've caught wind of his name here and there on my travels, and I've always considered him to be a bit of a myth. But apparently, I'm going to get to see this Count Toyotathon live and in person. But we'll see just what he can do. There are rumors that Count Toyotathon has never been pinned. He doesn't fall down. He doesn't breathe. Never been submitted either. But I don't quite know for sure whether or not that's true.
As someone from the great state of Texas, it is my belief that you can't stop Toyotathon.
Well, I don't necessarily disagree with you. The Toyotathon happens every year, each and every year. But, I don't know, this one isn't quite that Toyotathon. I don't see enough silver Camrys.
Perhaps that's what his slacks are made of.
Ah,
Silver Camry.
his slacks are made of silver Camrys, and he's stronger than I thought. Count Toyotathon, perhaps trying to rival Johnny Mercury as well.
He is taking quite a long stroll to the ring, stopping to chew the scenery from time to time.
Now, I feel like the Toyotathon is something that comes year in, year out, but perhaps multiple times a year. Honda Days seems to be just a couple of weeks at Christmas time. But, so I feel like Toyotathon perhaps has the edge in scheduling.
It's a bit difficult to hold a candle to Toyotathon when you are Honda Days. It simply exists for a few days a year.
Indeed. But, you know, you do get fancy commercials with the road Hondas.
Fans here tonight do not seem to like Toyotathon. Very unhappy with this entrance. Perhaps they say there's only one man in this place that can have an entrance that long.
Johnny
Jackass.
And here we are, big man and big man. John wasting no time showing off his strength by hurling the big man.
It is very likely that Toyotathon did gain his title of Count by defeating Honda Days.
Hissing at our Spanish announce table.
Is that what happened there?
That's certainly what it looked like. Sorry, Iron Jaw, I apologize. Oh.
Stepping across the big man, all the weight of that enormous orc.
Disrespecting Titanic Tom takes Iron Jaw for a ride.
Enters with a leg sweep before Tame decides to get Cox into the ring.
Can we come up with a better way to say that? I know we've asked that before. We haven't yet.
You're not a fan of putting Cox in the ring?
Well, you know, Anaconda's
Specifically that one? There?
Anaconda's an interesting competitor. But I wouldn't necessarily perhaps call him Cox the entire time.
Perhaps that's not the best way to go about things. Anaconda it is.
Anaconda holding his own with Iron Jaw here in the early goings, showing the orc that raw strength is not everything.
Sometimes technique and what you have in your pants can also go a long way.
Anaconda might prefer to say size isn't everything. Oh,
Goes for first pin on the outside of the ring. That's right, tonight it is a falls count anywhere. Submissions and pins can happen in or outside of the ring.
moment there to himself. Anaconda answers back quickly, retakes his control. Goes for a super kick. Outside the ring. This has been all Anaconda all the time. Boot to the knee. Stomp to the ground.
I'm very glad that you said all Anaconda all the time.
I am, in fact, very glad I said that. Only a 1 count on Iron Jaw.
Toyotathon and Junk nowhere to be seen at the moment.
Please join us for POW NC-17, where I'll say that the other way around next time.
Paying the ref extra tonight as he is going to be doing double duty in and out of the ring on matches like this where he's got to be ready to call for a pin, do a 1, 2, 3 count, or ask for a yes or no for the submission at any point in time. He's going to be getting just as much exercise as the workers tonight.
Iron Jaw.
Brutal punch to the gut of Anaconda Cox there brings him to the ground.
Laying in Anaconda. But he's also allowing Anaconda to perhaps get closer to his corner. Maybe make a tag.
Overhead hammerlock, able to fight his way out.
Anaconda that boot and stomp yet again. Iron Jaw from the fireman's the rolling senton that he's such a fan of. And into the cover.
More.
1, 2 on Iron Jaw, wearing down the big man. Iron Jaw's partners still up on their side of the ring. Elbow drop into the cover. Oh, certainly not going to get the... Oh, my.
Near fall.
2 5/8. If ever I saw one, but I don't know fractions very well.
Reverse DDT there.
Anaconda has wasted no time. Oh, the head wrap, and there we are. Some sort of corkscrew DDT. Hurling Iron Jaw back into the ring. For a pin or a tag, we do not know. The tag, Leo Craven, who enters a POW ring for the first time in his career.
He's been on the sidelines a few times. First time actually inside a backbreaker into a leg sweep.
Into a Russian leg sweep.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Lion Tamer himself putting on quite a show against
Tom, not letting Iron Jaw stay out of the ring.
brutalizing the arm of the Orc, now putting him into a brutal chinlock.
Iron Jaw crawling across the ring, maybe trying to make his corner.
Fights his way out. Virtually slamming Craven to the mat.
Going for some sort of slam, perhaps. Craven fighting his way out. The Orphans have been in control. Oh my! Iron Jaw bleeding from the face.
After a tremendous jawbreaker, ironically enough.
Jaw's perhaps not quite iron enough to stay unbloodied. Iron Jaw finally fighting over to his corner, tagging in his partner, Junk. Oh, there, the evil Count Toyotathon grabbing Craven from behind, holding him still so that Junk can chop him in the chest.
It looked like a strong chop, yes.
Craven in a bit of trouble.
Picked up and dropped off.
As the monsters and their partner finally seem to have found a bit of a rhythm. Orphans looking for a hot tag, but Craven can't make the move.
Going for that trapezius separation there. We've seen Cannonball Vegas himself try to tap out from that move before. Unfortunately, the bell had been called that day.
Good for Cannonball. Did not take the loss to his record. Craven perhaps making his way back to his corner. No. Waiting for Jump to get to his feet. Fighting the big man himself. Draven saying, I handle scarier than you on a daily basis.
I knee and sit right outside the ring once more. Where they like to go for the falls.
Minotaur coming for the pin.
The falls do count anywhere, but today we're only doing them outside the ring.
That is true. We've got to see a pin inside.
Big right hand of the Minotaur coming down on the face of the Lion Tamer there.
And throwing Jonk into the barricade. Firing right hand. Jonk answering back to some rats of his own. Slamming Craven into the second hardest part of the ring.
First, of course, being Ditto's mustache.
Craven sitting out. Spot DDT.
Tonda himself popping down. Getting into the mix there.
Get involved there for a moment, but he doesn't.
Another DDT. Going to break the horns of the Minotaur today.
And the cover.
Pin.
2 count on Jump. Apparently both of the monsters a little worn down here. Standing Spanish fly into a cover. Craven showing off that athletic ability that he has gained from dodging lions all day. Rolls Jump back into the ring. Will we see a tag? We will. Big man Titanic Tom coming back in. Getting fired up, it seems. Jump to his feet.
You know, it would seem to me if the Lion Tamer is dodging lions all day, he's not doing a very good job of taming them.
Well, nobody ever said it was a good lion.
Enough.
Maybe why he ended up here in POW. Ironjaw once again showing disrespect for Titanic Tom. Walking on the big man's chest.
Waylaying him while he lays on the ground, trying to recover from that rib crunching stomp.
He's the only one of the Orphans that has yet to find his groove here tonight.
Once again, trying to remove the trapezius muscle from the bone.
Tag, and here we are, Count Toyotathon for the first time tonight. Before he can get anything going, he hits the ground.
Not a good place to be tonight. Go backbreaker position. And kind of Cox. Foot stop. Right off the third rope.
Stop to the stomach. Count Toyotathon has no air to drive out of his chest. I don't know that that'll be quite as useful as Anaconda wants.
Arm drag from the ground. Setting him up for a pop-up powerbomb. First, however, the back body drop before sending the big man, Titanic Tom, back in.
Quick tags let the Orphans keep fresh competitors in the ring. Smart move. Spear into the turnbuckle. That's 305 pounds of human hitting you with a spear. Can't be the best thing in the world.
Going down into a chin lock. Luckily for Toyotathon, as you said, no air in those lungs to be knocked out from that enormous spear.
Seems we have a Toyotathon and fan in the audience. Tons of funk here rooting for the Count. He may be getting his wish. The Count breaks free of the submission hold.
Back into the monster's corner. Jump there, entering as he comes over with an enormous punch to the back of the head. Big buckle powerbomb.
Big Tom rolls out, but he can't avoid an Irish whip. But he does lay a right hand into Toyotathon's face.
Back into the corner of the Orphans now. Is Tom going to go for a tag? No, perhaps he's caught a little bit brainworms there, giving Toyotathon the advantage to whip him back to the monsters.
Seems to me. Here comes Junk. Little seesaw punch. Junk flying over the top rope.
Enormous clothesline from the top over. Ironjaw getting out of the way as Titanic Tom is sent outside the ring.
And a pin. Not even the one on the big man. We've taken quite a bit of punishment, it seems.
All-the-way slam. Over into the barricade towards our Spanish announce table.
And that
Picking
big
up.
side slam that Junk is so fond of. Jawbreaker from Titanic Tom.
The big man to get back to his feet.
So they can't get anything going afterwards.
Both these competitors having trouble getting any sort of momentum going at the moment, cutting each other off left and right.
Big man getting a little fired up, it seems. Firing knees into Junk's chest.
And into the ring post there, twice now. Toyotathon hopping down to stop the pin.
It's Titanic Tom going to that pin a little too close to the monster's corner.
On the outside of the ring, nothing to stop the monsters from teaming up outside.
Toyotathon.
Continuing to brutalize without even being the legal man. Referee over on the opposite side of the ring.
And two and a
Not
half.
quite three. Two very near falls we've seen tonight. One against Ironjaw, one against Titanic Tom. Both these men fighting with everything they have tonight, though.
Oh!
Two monsters now busted open tonight.
Junk bleeding. Titanic Tom to the pin. Ironjaw there to break it up. Again, perhaps a little too close to the monster's corner to be going for those pins. And the big man says he wants what he wants, when he wants it, where he wants it.
One shot to the Minotaur, answered with an enormous punch to the chest. Not quite knocking down the big man. Picks him up in the gorilla press into a drop. And a bare knuckle punch directly to the nose bridge. And another fall-away slam. No, a backbreaker.
Backbreaker. And the cover. That is finally enough for Titanic Tom to stay down for the 3 count. The Monsters Among Men and their new friend, Count Toyotathon, claim victory.
Junk and his team have claimed victory tonight. The Monsters, a unstoppable force most days, with Toyotathon in their corner today, potentially just the most fierce, brutal team we've seen here in the tag team division tonight. The Orphans had their work cut out for them tonight. They just didn't quite have it in them to pull off a win.
Now, they have claimed an interesting feat as being the first competitors on the roster to make Junk and Ironjaw bleed.
They have. Both of our Monsters Among Men tonight bleeding from the face. While that was not enough to stop them, there are bragging rights to be held there.
Now we get ready for a match that, well, there's a little bit of an interesting story to this match. See, our champion, Florence Thunder, is a fighting champion, wants to fight who she wants to fight. was scheduled to face Vala Rose, the winner of a #1 contenders match between herself and Scarlett Blade for the POW Cosmic Division Championship. But Florence, wanting to fight who she wants to fight when she wants to fight them, called out her rival, Cherry Blossom, Ministry, on last week's show and the week before that show as well. And she's decided that she wants to fight Cherry for the title in addition to Vala Rose. So tonight's match became a triple threat.
That's correct. And these women, all three fierce competitors, having Cherry Blossom in the mix tonight, shaking things up a bit. This was originally scheduled to just be a one-on-one bout tonight, but we have found ourselves in a triple threat. Now, the champion has put herself at a disadvantage because, of course, with the triple threat, she could not be involved with the finish at all and lose the title. Vala could pin Cherry, while the champ is out of the ring.
Following contest scheduled one fall and is for the POW Cosmic Championship. Introducing the challenger from Charleston, South Carolina, Cherry Blossom.
Cherry's had her own interesting path here at POW. She and Florence have gone back and forth in these early days, trading wins. She's also gained wins over Scarlett Blade and Diamond Firestorm, and has proven to be an able competitor here at POW, more than worthy of being into this match, despite not winning that #1 contender, despite not even being in that #1 contender.
Right. She has found herself in this match simply for being in the crosshairs of the champion and having upset her previously months ago.
And her opponents, from completely out of this world, Vala Rose.
Vala Rose, of course, a strong competitor, has yet to be defeated yet since she made her debut here at POW. First, making her debut in a tag match, side by side with Scarlett Rose.
Scarlett Blade, I'll forgive you. She did indeed tag with Scarlett Blade, and they defeated Florence Thunder, our champion, and her new friend, Victoria Valkyrie. Since then, Vala Rose has gone on to win multiple singles matches, including that #1 contender against Scarlett Blade 2 weeks ago.
And the champion from the School of Hard Knoxville, Tennessee, Florence Thunder.
Here comes Florence Thunder, the mistress of the Cosmos, bearing that Cosmic Division Championship. She is, since day one here at POW, been a fighter, been a warrior, and she is not stepping down from a triple threat match tonight in which she may lose her championship despite not being involved in the final decision.
That's absolutely correct. I have great respect for this competitor. I have high hopes for her to hold that belt. That being said, there's a member of the Ministry in there, and I always bet on the horse that I rode in on.
Yes, sir, I understand. You always bet on blue and gold, and I get it. We shall see what happens. But tonight, I personally favor blue and silver. But as has been said before, I am the one who brought Florence Thunder here to POW. So, of course, I am one of her biggest champions.
That's right. TW, you have always been a champion for the champion.
That is 100% correct. And here we are for the Cosmic Division Championship. A triple threat match. Cherry Blossom, Vala Rose, and the champion Florence Thunder. And there's the bell. Cherry immediately going after Florence. Florence staring down Vala Rose.
As Cherry trips over herself on the way to give a lariat on the way to the corner. Perhaps she's been hitting the sauce back there. I imagine Father Ron might have a few words to say about that, as he is clear. And also, I believe, straight edge.
Seems we have a member of our audience tonight rooting for the referee in this match. I don't know that that's quite how it works, but I'm right there behind you, 100%.
I don't believe all of them can win, especially in a single fall match. We do have a fan of the referee, of course, in the audience as well. I don't think the referee will be actually repeating tonight. That's not to say that they won't eventually.
You never know with the POW referees. We've had some strange activities from them. Florence Thunder taking controls. Vala Rose outside of the ring. Cherry Blossom outside.
Cherry out there potentially finding something to drink under the ring.
Who knows what she's stashed where, hiding things from Father Ron.
True. Of course, being as this is Extreme Rules, tonight this is a Extreme Rules triple threat match, so anything under or outside of the ring is legal.
Seems our champion has a social media hashtag. So if you are a fan of Florence, find yourself with the hashtag Thunderstruck. She just got thunderstruck, having been the victim of that sidewalk slam from Vala Rose.
Cherry Blossom coming through with excellent Hurricanrana, perhaps sobering up a bit, and being able to strike with those well-timed moves tonight.
Taking the ring to herself for just a moment, and now
single arm lift there from Vala Rose.
Vala Rose, extraordinarily strong competitor.
Putting both women on the mat. Cherry Blossom, I'm not sure is still alive after that single arm scoop. Nope, she is moving.
Vala has said, I could just pin Cherry Blossom right here, right now, but she wants the champion. She wants the fight. She wants to prove that that championship belongs to her by defeating the person who bears it, not the other person in this match.
Cherry Blossom is simply an obstacle in the way right now that needs to be moved from time to time to get her directly at her target, the champion, Florence Thunder.
That is correct. Vala Rose yanking on the arm there. Waiting for Florence to get to her feet.
I imagine that Florence will be going after an arm herself tonight, going for that monkey flip into a arm bar that she is so well known for.
Cherry
breaks up the pin before we even get to one.
Off the pedigree. It looks for a moment there like she was. Peacocking the crowd. In here to steal Vala's pin. And Cherry Blossom taking the fight with the champion as well. Oh. Dragging the champion into the ropes. Covered her own. Two. But only a 2 count. Vala Rose would not have been able to get back in time. Vala Rose says, get out of the way. It's my turn now.
Overhead gorilla slam. Cherry. Vala Rose showing her true power here tonight. Cherry Blossom working the arm. Everyone seems to be working an arm tonight. No arm is safe here at POW. Limbs everywhere.
Well, you know, if you're going to disarm an opponent, might as well disarm them in a classic fashion by ripping it out of the side. Cherry looking for a table. Slides it into the ring.
Right. Extreme Rules calls for extreme weapons. We've seen a baseball bat and a kendo stick. No one's pulled out something quite as large as a table. They're not waiting for the table match till they pull out the tables tonight. You know what they say? TW? Get the tables.
Get the tables. An atomic drop there. Cherry Blossom Rolls out of the ring. Vala Rose once more in command. Cherry almost took the table with her.
After her pelvis was rendered asunder from her.
Vala got her legs up on the rope for that pin assist. Florence out anyway.
Florence able to get out as Vala's back gave out, it looked like, a little bit there. Just the champion too strong for her after taking too many strikes to the back.
The back may have given out, but the arms are fine, and she sends Florence to the floor below.
Perhaps Cherry will take advantage of the table on that side of the ring. Nope. Instead, working that arm coming towards Vala. Not a great combination. Vala once again looking at two competitors on the ground around her. She stands over them, hopefully victorious.
Familiar sight tonight.
Big power bomb.
Oh,
Into the
ring
post!
post!
And then the ground.
Vala Rose is brutalizing Cherry Blossom. She has to use her speed to get out of it.
So much power in the clothesline that Vala Rose was trying to deliver there as it was ducked under, brought her off of her feet. Cherry Blossom may have not woken up from that for a week after being struck.
And
Once again, into the ring post and onto the ground. Power bombs of plenty for Cherry Blossom tonight on the receiving end.
Florence taking a page out of Vala's book.
A side slam there.
She's rolled back into the ring on top of the table. None of these women yet using the table as a weapon, despite its presence. Into the ring assembly suplex.
Beautifully delivered. And then Vala, of course, goes for a kick in the middle of the ring. The table is now out of the ring, as assisted by Florence Thunder.
Florence really not taking the table with her, perhaps she's trying to clear the ring.
A standing... What are we going for here? Oh, a circular maneuver.
Vala's legs are too strong for Cherry. Before Cherry can get her up into that surfboard. Here we are with the pedigree.
This could
Is
be
she
it.
gonna take the easy way out? Pin Cherry and not Florence. 1, 2. Cherry kicks out at 2. Florence's title saved by Cherry Blossom. Florence a gut wrench powerbomb of her own. Hands up. She's letting the crowd know she's here to win. Clothesline after clothesline.
Clearing the ring.
Flying clothesline. Into the pin on Cherry. Only gets the 2 count.
The triple clothesline not going to be quite enough to put away any competitor tonight.
We'll see that.
Armbar works her way up off the ground.
Cherry with side slam. Cover her own. No leg hook though. Florence out of 2. Cherry turns to meet Vala Rose.
Answers with a head slam to the mat. Picks Vala back up. Anyone right now could be pinning the champion. Instead, she's catching her breath.
Drop kick there from Cherry Blossom. Pinning Vala
And
Rose.
before the champ can get back up.
She's gotta get a hand on that leg, especially with someone Vala's size and strength.
Side swipe, the champ's back up.
In time to bust up the pin. Now Florence and Cherry go at it. Russian leg sweep. Champion out of the ring.
Needing a breather, as it were. Cherry prepared to set up a finish originally for this match.
There she
Pop-up
is.
package into a DDT.
There it is. Cherry Blossom. As Mr. Powers predicted earlier on, Cherry Blossom, our new Cosmic Division champion,
taking the win, taking the title from the champion tonight, without the champion involved. Champion on the outside, having to catch her breath after being brutalized by both of these competitors tonight. Lost her match, lost her title without being pinned tonight.
And as Alien Lee does mention, Cherry Blossom is in fact the first person to give Vala Rose a loss here at POW.
Absolutely correct.
And new champion,
Cherry Blossom. Oh my. This is absolutely fantastic.
This right here, this is a sight not many fans were expecting to see tonight. Someone who was not even in this match until this week, walking away with gold. As rest in peace, Alien Lee's wife.
For Vala Rose, the first loss has to sting, especially since it came in a championship match.
Now, coming up, I've been holding this close to the chest for the entire month that we've been talking about it. We've been coming up to Extreme Rules. Tonight, we are going to see a new title on the line.
I did theorize there was going to be a physical physical item for these women to fight over, as you mentioned last time that you had something in store for our women's division.
That's right. These 5 women here who have been proving themselves time and time again in the ring have not got a chance at the Cosmic Division title tonight are going to be in a table match, an elimination table match for the POW Hardcore Championship. That's right. Scarlett Blade, Erica Draven, Ayeon Lee, Sapphire, and Morgana tonight will be competing for a Hardcore Championship. 4 of these competitors will be getting thrown through tables, I guarantee it.
And one of them will walk out with that championship around their waist. This is a very exciting sight for me. I can't wait to introduce you to these 5 competitors.
Erica Draven, a young lady who made her debut at the day after our last pre-preview, on her way to the ring now. A fantastic competitor. Some would say an edgelord of sorts. Some people would simply say, "Kaka, kaka." But she has proven herself time and time again inside the POW ring. It's time for her to put it on the line for a championship. This could be our very first hardcore champion. Sapphire, a member of the Orphans, on her way there.
Hopefully she'll have more luck than her compatriots did earlier tonight.
We can hope so. Next up, coming to the ring, of course, one of our British competitors, Ayeon, shown a fierce attitude here in the ring this last week, winning against both Sinister Fox and daughter of Dr. Yao, 08, to get her spot today in this hardcore match.
Who may or may not actually be a robot. We haven't determined for sure whether Dr. Yao is actually telling the truth on that one. I'm not quite. I still haven't wrapped my mind around that.
It does seem.
We'll be back.
It does seem very likely that she is. Next up on her way, we've got, of course, the protege of the Infernal One himself, who will also be making an appearance later tonight.
Morgana has won a couple of matches here with the Infernal One's tutelage to win her way into this tables match. She, as the Infernal One, claims to be a literal demon from the pits of hell. So Morgana says that she is a succubus here to drain people's souls. We'll see if she drains any souls tonight. I certainly hope not. I wouldn't want to lose good competitors.
I believe, like any good succubus, she drains your soul by pinning you.
That's what they call it these days.
I believe so, yes.
It's been a long time since I've done any kind of pinning.
You know, she lays on top of her victim and drains the soul out. We're all having a lot of good fun here tonight. And of course, our fifth competitor on their way to the ring, a woman who has been in a POW ring since day one, has faced the champion, both Cosmic Division champions previously. Never had quite her shot at the Cosmic title, but has certainly earned a shot here tonight.
The following is a tables match, and each competitor put through a table will be eliminated, and is for the Hardcore Championship. Introducing the first, from the dark corners of everywhere, Erica Draven.
These women deciding not to sit through the introductions, but getting right to it. Chaos ensues here in the early goings. Sapphire, Morgana, and Ayeon, a little trio knotted down there in the bottom of the ring. Erica Draven has pulled the first table out from under the ring. But she and Scarlett Blade haven't yet gone to fighting through it.
Now, of course, there's always the question of, does the announce table count as a table in a tables match?
Technically, it is a table. The Spanish announce table is quick to get out of the way as Erica and Scarlett come close back into the ring.
But it is, of course, always meant to be a breakaway table, as so the people put through it are not injured and that can be easily put back together. So no, in this context, it does not count as a table.
Well, there we are. The answer from the man himself, Mr. Eric Powers.
That is putting the table back together or putting the people?
Either or. And of course, I will award personal points myself for putting your opponent through the Spanish announce team.
Now, that just seems rude to me. What do I know? Sapphire there with a big double stomp to Ayeon Lee. She seems to be getting the crowd going.
First table put into the ring and then knocked right back out. This may be a
one in the ring, one outside.
Ayeon Lee now hitting people with the table. Unfortunately, that is not a way to win the title match. Someone has to be put directly through it.
Now my question is, if she has the table and she breaks it over someone, does that count as putting someone through a table?
You know, that doesn't come down to me. I would personally say yes. If you hit someone with the table so hard that the table broke, I would say yes, you would put them through the table. But that is going to come down to the referee's call for that.
We'll see where this goes.
The referee who tonight, of course, in a tables match, will be refereeing remotely, not in the match, as there's too many bodies, too much plywood, it looks like a hardware store in there.
Just looking for splinters going to fly. Is the referee.
Right. Now, Scarlett Blade being knocked onto the top of the back of the table there. That could not be pleasant. All of that metal, the sharp edges. A true hero to let herself take a bump on the back of that. Setting it up in the corner. One of these three competitors in red and black surely about to go through it. A reverse cutter from the Blade there.
Oh, looks like she's throwing Morgana into the corner, but not through
Set up
the table. Morgana answering back, keeping herself up. Scarlett Blade bouncing off, but not going through. Second table has found its way in the ring, thanks to Sapphire.
Chops laid in while being against the table. Still no one put through it yet. A big chest stop with Sapphire.
Morgana and Draven fighting outside of the ring. Draven trying to slow the pace down a little bit. Morgana has picked it up in that high energy style that she utilizes so well.
Of course, staying outside of the ring, completely legal here, but it also keeps them far away from the tables from being eliminated.
Now, at least the table's in the ring. The table's, of course, more under the ring.
Of course, we're going to need more than two, because to qualify for an elimination, you are going to have to break a table.
Oh, not into the table, though.
Near the table. This is not, however, hand grenades or horseshoes.
That is correct. A lot of action near tables, never through tables. Sapphire and Ayeon Lee going at it again on the floor.
Big moves happening table adjacent right now. One person in the ring at the moment. Morgana, of course, hops in, throwing Scarlett Blade into the table. Oh, going for powerbomb here. This could be our first elimination.
Powerbomb. Scarlett Blade has been eliminated. Morgana putting her through a table in a powerbomb position. She has the second table in her hands.
And is smashing the back of Sapphire with the back of said table. Going after Ayeon Lee now with the table as well. Right to the midsection.
Draven going for Morgana. Morgana ignoring her completely.
Twisting that arm and wrenching it from its socket.
If that table had been set up, Sapphire might have had an elimination there, but instead, Draven gets back to her feet, needs a forearm for her trouble.
Nearly impossible to put someone through a table that has not been set up. The crane is just too sturdy for the base. Big pop-up punch from Sapphire there into a drop kick, showing that athleticism that she uses in all of her acrobats.
Double stomp. Got Draven on the ropes, as it were, but not through a table yet.
Right. Into the debris that used to be a table also does not count as putting someone through a table.
Well, Ayeon Lee throwing her table outside of the ring.
She said, F this table, I don't want it in the ring.
Going to pick it up, but Morgana
back into the ring, sans table. No eliminations can be made at this moment as there are no tables set up.
What's going to the table there for Draven following. There's the table back in the ring.
They're taking this opportunity to scan Sapphire. Deals extra damage, getting her set up to be put through the table potentially. Big German suplex to Morgana.
Erica Draven owns the ring. Only woman on her feet.
That's right, Ramos. There is no ref at the very moment. Not in the ring. Because there is nothing to be counted. We are simply able to qualify whether someone is or is not put through a table. And they can do that remotely without having to be directly in the ring. There is a referee.
Here we are, pile driver.
We've seen Draven put the end of a match with that particular move more than once.
Getting the table set up. No, hitting Morgana with the
Simply
table.
using it as a weapon. Ayeon Lee on the outside, pulling out another table. 2 tables in the ring, 0 set up.
Indeed, Toyotathon, we did start with 5.
I would say 2.5 tables in the ring, one of which is in pieces.
But as you put opponents through tables, they are eliminating. So we've had 1 elimination so far, and down to 4.
That's right. The last competitor standing who has not been put through a table will be the hardcore champion. As they are put through tables, they must leave the arena.
Maybe setting up the table, maybe just hitting Draven with the table, trying to anyway, as everyone seems to be using the tables as weapons and not putting people through them.
I'm not entirely sure. There we go.
There we are. Choices have been made.
I was about to say, I don't know that any of these competitors know how to set up a table, but proving me wrong, Sapphire sets up a table and slams Erica Draven's face into it, but not through it.
In a tables match, yes, tables are the MVPs. I have to agree, Ramos.
Super fun. Cheering for the Scarlett Blade, who, wherever you are, she would be in the locker room right now. She was the first competitor eliminated tonight.
Unfortunately for her, she's been removed from the match and has no chance of winning. That does not mean she cannot play a role in the ending of this match, however. Keep in mind, a tables match like this has no rules about outside interference.
True, there are no disqualifications in a table match. Only elimination. Big Morgana from Demoness. Erica Draven on the outside, getting her breath back, getting back her strength, ready to come back to the ring. She was safe outside the ring. However, inside, turns out, there's a table set up.
A singular table.
1 table. And then 1 teetering on the edge, ready to fall back outside, of course. Wonderful physics in this ring.
Sapphire to her feet. Oh, Draven unsetting up the table.
Draven was not given the brief on the rules of this match, and it would turn out. She was actually wondering where Scarlett Blade is at the moment. And why she is not out here. She was simply put to a table, no one pinned her.
Sneaky pin means nothing here. There are no pins or submissions
Right.
tonight.
Morgana going for the most devastating move in all of wrestling, the surprise roll-up.
Surprise roll-up.
No use here in a tables match. I was about to say, if somebody goes for a pin, they clearly didn't get the brief. Once more, our competitors are 1 step ahead of me.
Oh, Ayeon Lee setting up the table again. She's like, I did it once, here it is the second time. I put the table up for a reason, damn it.
Going after Morgana now, ready to put her, hopefully, through the table. Setting her up.
Maybe.
Morgana.
There we are, through the table. Morgana has been eliminated. Ayeon Lee now, 1 of 3 left standing. Sapphire getting the crowd hyped. Let's see, that snap suplex would be great through a table.
It would be a brilliant move through a table. However,
Now,
that was only near a table.
The last 2 tables are in play. Just not set up at the moment.
That's correct. There's 1 in the ring, 1 outside the ring, none of which have their legs on them.
Sapphire and Erica Draven fighting over the table and who's going to hit who with it in the face.
Erica Draven deciding that a table works much better than a baseball bat tonight.
The only person who seems to understand how tables work is still outside the ring.
Oh, Draven setting up a table in the corner. Honestly, the table's got a bigger surface area than a baseball bat, so I'm not at all surprised that Draven's been using it as a weapon. He's throwing Sapphire further away from the table.
And they bring her back in. Beautifully executed suplex there. Bringing Ayeon Lee to the table.
Not through.
Not a big enough move to put
Here we are. There's a chop.
into the table. Potentially now setting up to put her through the table.
Weakening the bonds. Ayeon Lee.
Gut check. Had that table been set up, that would have been a beautifully executed maneuver. Still a wonderful sunset flip outside of the ring, nonetheless.
Sunset foot powerbomb there. Brilliant maneuver. Not strong enough to break through a downed table. There goes Erica Draven into the apron,
Right.
which is not the table.
Not the table at all.
Oh, now here's a
We have a third table. Too many tables in this
too
ring.
many tables on the dance floor.
Sapphire said, F that other table. I'm getting my own table.
But she didn't bother to set it up. She just slid it into the ring.
Well, you know, there's already one set up in the ring, technically. Against the corner. You can put somebody through it.
We're fighting over who's going to eliminate Ayeon Lee. Maybe eliminating the only person who understands how tables works is perhaps a smart maneuver.
Then it'll be an interesting finish to this match if no one can put anyone through a table. I don't know how this is going to end.
Could be the match that never ends.
Very likely.
What to say? Can it end?
Technically, no. Oh, here we are. Sapphire onto the table.
As long as there is a table, the match can end.
There's that on the table chop again from Erica Draven. Not strong enough to break the table.
Hopefully she has something in her arsenal that can put someone through a table.
Nope, just the chop.
Chopping them into the table still doesn't seem to be quite working. Softening her up. Pick her up once more. Throw her into the table.
But here's that chop a third time. I said, oh, nope.
Cut
Sapphire,
off by
a reverse.
Slamming
Erica
her in.
Draven onto the table. Nope.
Once again reverse.
So
And a
many
table
people,
slam.
so many people on but never through. Oh,
Here
here we
we go.
are. Here we
Big
are.
power.
But Ayeon Lee interrupting, saying, I want an elimination.
Ayeon Lee, who has got picked up an elimination of her own, but potentially the only of these three that knows how to put them
Uh-oh, here we are. Ayeon Lee through the table. Then it's down to Draven and Sapphire.
Big belly belly suplex through the table.
The Orphan and the Draven.
I believe she pronounces it just Raven. The D is silent when speaking of it as a noun by itself without the first name.
So it is. So it is. Erica
Another table.
grabbing yet another table. Two tables in the ring. Neither set up yet.
Put, potentially going to put Sapphire through two tables at once.
No, not out here. She's not.
It's a side slam to keep her off of her feet and getting inside. And softening her up out here on the third hardest part of the ring, floor outside the ring.
Indeed.
The hardest part of the outside of the ring, the floor.
Sapphire rolling Draven back onto a downed table. Dipping back into the ring. Going to the table. She's going to set it up. No, she's going to hit
She
Erica.
is going to use it as a weapon. No, she's
No.
going to throw it down.
Pick it up, throw it down, trying to keep Erica off her feet.
Brainworms aplenty in tonight's table match.
Well, Andy and me were very glad our biggest fan didn't choke on their pizza. We appreciate that.
Spinning neck breaker. Big Draven splash there.
Going after the table. She's going after Sapphire. She's going
Going
after
for a
the
moonwalk
table.
there for a moment.
She's going after the table. Where's it going to get set? The corner.
Only the brainworms know.
Last table is up and ready. Erica Draven is up and ready. Sapphire trying to crawl to her feet.
Calling for the end.
Can't get ready.
Thrown to the table.
Erica Draven, the first ever.
Another
POW.
suplex.
There we are.
Yeah.
To the table.
Erica Draven, the very first POW Hardcore Champion.
beautiful match here.
And now presenting the winner and new hardcore champion, Erica Draven.
A well-fought battle here tonight. One of the fiercest competitors, the first woman out tonight. There's reason for that. This woman is the future of hardcore matches here at POW.
With the silent D, yes. Erica Draven, silent D, when she is called the Raven, not the Draven. There we are. So I have been corrected.
Absolutely. Thank you also, Ramos, for making sure that TW was on top of that silent D. And once again, we are starting a tradition here with this match, as we had one the last free preview. We have one again here in today's free preview. We have once again a battle royale. Today is going to be an 8-man battle royal featuring a plethora of our superstars here tonight. Namely and notably, though, Guy DuPont. The man who was robbed of an opportunity to take a shot at the POW Twitch Championship, once again thrown into a battle royal here tonight. A month ago, we saw him just wipe the floor at the battle royal, as well as his match beforehand. We'll see tonight if he can do the same. Many of the same competitors in there, but notably,
the O'Leary brothers, Juice and Ditto, are not in a tag title match tonight with Father Ron and Bubba Trucker. Instead, they find themselves in tonight's Battle Royal. Oh, there will be introductions of plenty, Alien Lee. We are planning on making sure you know who absolutely every one of these competitors are before this Battle Royal begins.
Speaking of beginning, looks like our first competitor is on their way to the ring.
The following match is an 8-man battle royale. A competitor is eliminated when he exits the ring over the top rope and both feet hit the floor below. Introducing first, from Gay Paris, Guy DuPont.
Alright, we're always happy to see Mr. DuPont entering our ring here at POW. A fierce competitor, a man who was on a winning streak there for a while. That winning streak, of course, that was ended most abruptly over the last 2 weeks by the man known as Chainsaw.
Guy DuPont making his way to the ring. Guy DuPont, when he was first introduced here at POW, the crowd was not a fan. They booed the man. They threw trash at him from the front row. We had to have security escort them out. But in recent weeks, they have quite taken to the Frenchman. They have become enormous fans. There are mustache signs in the audience. And Guy DuPont is entering to the cheers of an adoring crowd.
Right, I would say that he has grown on this audience much the same way that his mustache grows on his face.
You're not wrong. I also say, Alien Lee, never apologize for being excited. We appreciate that excitement and energy each and every show here at POW.
From Austin, Texas, Ditto O'Leary. And his brother from...
We are waiting for it. They will be introduced one right after the other, but we got to give these brothers their own shot at walking to the ring. Let them strut. Let them strut.
A rare moment for Ditto and Juice not to be introduced. They enter a match against each other, although they did have a singles match a couple of weeks ago to determine which of them would go up against Father Ron and Bubba Trucker at a handicap match, which Ditto won that singles match between the brothers, but was unable to claim victory in the handicap match. Perhaps why the brothers find themselves tonight here in the Battle Royal instead of a tag title match against the Ministry.
As a fact, why they find themselves here instead of there. As Ditto, of course, unable to hold his own against the Ministry. Of course, the Ministry being a very powerful and superior tag team.
We'll see tonight if the Ministry can remain superior against an O'Leary.
As of right now, they still hold the belts.
And now, his brother from Huntington, West Virginia, Juice O'Leary.
The O'Learys have fought together, scrapped together, bled together for 20 years, both in ring and out of ring, as brothers growing up, as young men getting trained in the art of professional wrestling, and then as both a six-man and various combinations, the three-man and then various combinations of two-man tag teams, everywhere they have competed. We are very proud and excited to have them here in POW. And also excited to see what Juice and Ditto can do here tonight as separate competitors in this battle royal.
They did build a little bit of heat a few weeks ago whenever they competed against each other. Juice leaving the ring, obviously bothered by losing to his brother. We'll see if that heat continues to build here tonight. See if one of these brothers potentially eliminates the other.
Something to see, a sight. And I imagine that this may well be the O'Learys clearing house before deciding to fight amongst themselves as brothers do. Juice taking his time, basking in adulation. Not something an elder sibling gets to do very often.
They're not taking anywhere near the amount of time getting into the ring as one Johnny Mercury.
Never has, never will. One of the reasons I love Juice O'Leary.
The only one rivaling that at the moment is Count Toyotathon.
Maybe Brian.
From the depths of hell, the Infernal One.
Here we are, the Infernal One, a man who claims to be a literal demon, making his entrance into this battle royal. He's taken on an apprentice as of late, Morgana, the second eliminated in the table match you witnessed a few minutes ago.
Right. A apprentice there, and a bit of a patronage, if you will, to Count Toyotathon. Taking both of these competitors under his wing in various capacities.
It has always been very nice here in POW to have veteran talents who will take our young competitors under the wing, show them the ropes, as it were, help them find their footing here in POW. So, despite being a literal demon, probably, maybe, perhaps, we can thank the Infernal One for taking care to nurture young talent.
That is absolutely correct. We love to see it. We love to see the younger wrestlers being brought up by somebody with a little bit more experience under their belt, or in this case, under their cape.
That being said, if the Infernal One comes to you with a contract, does not have the POW logo on top of it,
Don't sign it.
don't sign it.
Do not.
From the heart of the Big Top, Rick Datson.
Explosive reaction there from the crowd, the fans there. This man making his way to the ring for the very first time. One of the members of
The Orphans.
the Orphans. Yes, thank you. I was caught up there in the moment. The ringleader of the circus that they are from.
The ringmaster, even. Ringmaster Rick makes his way to the ring. The adulation of the crowd, as the Orphans always do. The Orphans have struck out tonight so far. Perhaps Ringmaster Rick can claim a victory for the green and gray.
Still 2 more competitors yet to make their way into the ring. 3, sorry.
3 more.
3 more, yes.
From your worst nightmares, La Pesadilla.
Here comes La Pesadilla, the nightmare himself. Brutal competitor that was introduced to us last month at POW Backlash in a battle royal. He was eliminated then, but he's looking to find his revenge tonight. He's yet to find his footing here, hasn't claimed a victory in POW, but he has oftentimes been found working with those dirtiest villains you can find on our roster, always bringing down pain and horrible, horrible things to decent people.
Absolutely. We've seen him inflicting harm, as you said, 1 month ago in our last Battle Royal. We've also seen him side by side with Johnny Mercury in a tag match.
Which is very true. The nightmare takes his time, making sure that everyone can see that horrifying face of his. Something you will see in your nightmares later on.
I think we'll also see that scraggly beard eventually in our nightmares.
You know, it's something as a bearded man myself, I try not to judge. That's just a strange one. I've never quite gotten it, never quite understood what I was looking at.
It's frankly unsettling.
I agree.
Alien Lee, so many pretty competitors and handsome fellow. Yes, you are absolutely correct. All lookers here on the POW roster.
From somewhere where grunge never died, Logan Love.
All right, the ladies' man himself making an appearance tonight on our Battle Royal here. Off the back of a loss last week, he is headed on his way to the ring to potentially start a winning streak. Perhaps be our next DuPont.
Logan Love was debuted just a couple of weeks ago in an amazing match with Johnny Mercury. He was unable to claim the victory in that match, but he did show off an incredible amount of athleticism and has proven himself to be an able competitor. Tonight, he looks to reverse his recent fortunes and find a win here at POW.
And perhaps on the tails of getting a win here, he can also bring grunge back to the world.
And the wizard of the 12th realms of Ephesians, master of light and shadow, manipulator of magical delights, devourer of chaos, champion of the great halls of Terracus, Usidore the Blue Wizard.
Usidore there getting his full title, something that he loves to chant backstage as he's introducing himself to people.
He cannot introduce someone without saying the whole thing. We out here at the announce table, those of us introducing the wizard, usually do not take liberties in saying the entirety of his name. Though we figured tonight we would give it a shot as he walked down the ramp, and what do you know? Before he cleared the ramp, we were able to get the entirety of the title out.
I think he knows that his whole title is coming, so he takes his time. Now here we are. Remember,
You know, the dwarves call him Fian Yellow.
I
So
feel
they-
like I've devoured chaos after saying all that.
So they do. So they do. I remember 8-man battle royal action over the top rope. Both feet hit the floor and you are eliminated. Competition. Ditto O'Leary up real quick. Planted back in the ring. Usidore flinging Logan Love around.
DuPont going after the Infernal one, but getting cut off by Rick Datson. The ringmaster there entering with a forearm.
Logan Love maybe on his way out of the ring. Infernal one and looks like Ditto O'Leary maybe collaborating there for a moment.
Taking an elbow to the ear of Ditto, able to keep himself in the ring, at least for a few more moments. This is madness. Usidore, first elimination of the night by the Infernal one. Good night, sweet prince. Your introduction was longer than your stay in the ring tonight.
Hardly knew you. Oh, Juice and Ditto O'Leary going at it now. The two brothers, plenty of other bodies in the ring, but they find each other. Ditto carries his brother to the ropes, and there he is trying to get Ditto out.
Going for the elimination. Going for 2 wins over his brother. Almost
over the top rope.
Finds himself
He's got his feet on him. He can't quite get it done. Juice back into the ring. Rick Datson out while Pesadilla pulling the rope down. Rick Datson and the Orphans, second man out of the Battle Royal. The Orphans, no victories tonight, despite having competitors in 3 matches. Guy DuPont. Oh, Guy DuPont eliminated by Logan Love.
He could be going to set up a legacy here as the new Guy DuPont by eliminating the old one.
Ditto and Juice still fighting. Again, plenty of other competitors left in the ring, yet still they insist on fighting each other. Brother versus brother. Oh, and Ditto eliminates Juice, claiming a second victory over his brother now.
Infernal one carrying Ditto.
Pesadilla over the top rope.
Ditto finding his way back out of the grasp and going after the knee to set up the Infernal one back there in the corner.
Very quickly we are down to 4. Pesadilla going after the Infernal one here. And there he is, the Infernal one out of the ring with Pesadilla in his second elimination. Down to 3. La Pesadilla standing moonsault there.
These two doubling up the damage on Ditto, and well deserved as Ditto has quite a bit of background here. Unable to take on we saw just a few weeks ago him take on both members of the ministry. Unable to pull off a win, but still fought his heart out the entire time.
Ditto is perhaps the most vicious of the trio. Logan Love trying to push the young man out of the ring. Little Ditto holding on.
Fights his way back in.
Still at 3. Ditto with punches that come close to an area you're not supposed to punch, but Ditto doesn't give a good time.
Still staying in the breadbasket area, not quite going too low. There is no referee in there. Once again, they're calling it from the sidelines tonight.
Ditto pulling the Pesadilla to the ropes. Picking up the Nightmare. He and Logan Love working together. The two of them throw him over the top rope. And now they take boots to him, trying to push him out. And he gets hands on knees and crawls back into the ring. The Nightmare not done yet.
Missing a crossbody there. The Nightmare taking advantage of Ditto on the ground. Logan Love coming from out of nowhere after getting the crowd riled up there, gaining cheers. Going after both men now.
Logan has said, I'm going to eliminate everybody this round. That's what Guy DuPont would have wanted. There goes Ditto. Oh, no.
Almost all
Ditto
the way out.
holding on.
Able to save himself and come back to the bottom rope. We lost the string.
Pesadilla up over the top rope again. Ditto.
Up and over. Goes to push the Nightmare out.
Ditto trying to get boots.
Takes a boot to the shin for it.
Doing it by himself, maybe not the way Ditto needs to be doing this.
Unfortunately, he eliminated his brother, the one who would be most likely to help him out here. Big move to the nightmare there.
Ditto, the double underhooks. There's that DDT he's so fond of. Perhaps discombobulated, he could throw La Pesadilla out of the ring.
Potentially. Oh,
What?
answers with an arm drag. Not so discombobulated that he's going to let Ditto just simply throw him out of the ring.
La Pesadilla has Ditto set up. Ditto's not here.
I love watching on, letting these two men fight it out. Potentially going to take
Can't he
advantage
move?
of
Ducking around to help Ditto.
the out.
The second time these two men have tried to eliminate La Pesadilla.
And second time are failing as he stays out on the apron. Again, boots to faces, hands to knees.
Everything he can do to stay in. Ditto says, fine, if you can't help me, I'm going to throw you out of
Love
the
putting
ring.
himself in a precarious position for apparently no reason. Beautiful super kick. Ditto.
La Pesadilla going for some sort of springboard maneuver.
Continues striking the face of Logan Love here, working him to the corner. All three of these men having a tough time eliminating the others.
There's less chaos in the ring, less opportunity to eliminate another competitor. Ditto, running bulldog. Pesadilla, in this moment with the crowd, did spike DDT.
Face plant reverse DDT.
And Ditto can't quite get the momentum to eliminate him.
Continues to beat these men into the mat. Hopefully able to get one of them. Just a little caught off guard.
Little Ditto getting fired up here. He's got La Pesadilla out over the ring, just hanging on by his hands.
He's able to skin the cat and bring those boots up over onto Ditto's forehead.
Now it looks like it's Ditto's turn to go over the top rope. Nope. Ditto has rarely been out of the ring so far tonight.
Big strikes from Ditto. Third one, put it back. Once more, working the Pesadilla to the ropes.
Set up, and here we go. Oh, nope. I thought maybe, oh, there he goes.
There we go.
La Pesadilla out of the ring. It's down to Ditto and Logan.
Throws him all the way over.
Logan with a cutter.
Goes to the top rope. Right
Logan
ahead.
flyer. That's 630. That we've seen before. Is this the end of Ditto O'Leary?
Sweet chin music. And that is an elimination. Logan Love coming in. Not last, but they're close to the end. Getting the win in tonight. Looking to make a legacy. We stated earlier as potentially the next DuPont, hopefully with a better record than Geek.
Well, he eliminated DuPont third. Then eliminated Ditto O'Leary at the end. Looks like Logan Love is finally getting a little love from the audience.
Wonderful display here from all of our competitors, especially the last three in the ring tonight, putting up fight, bruising knuckles, battering their legs, climbing over the ropes, back in. Beautiful amount of athleticism from all of our competitors tonight. Congratulations to Logan Love for his win tonight in this Battle Royal. We see great things in your future.
Now, if you'll pardon us here for a little bit, we're going to take a short break. So if you need to use the restroom, find yourself a snack, or take a moment to process that Logan Love just beat the crap out of Ditto O'Leary, then do so. We'll be back at you in just a few minutes.
And we will. And when we come back, we have 2 matches remaining, both of which with titles on the line. We have the Twin Moon Connection title, held by the Ministry tonight against Scraps and Johnny Mercury. And following that, we have the PAL Twitch Championship, right now held by Cannonball Vegas being challenged by Chainsaw. We'll see you shortly. And we're back. Prepared for these last two matches. They are set to be potentially barn burners, but we will see how they go.
Two title matches here remain on the card tonight for POW. The first of which is for the Twin Moon Connection Tag Championships. Now, this past week on our weekly show, Scraps O'Leary defeated Father Ron one-on-one for the right to choose the Ministry's opponents here at Extreme Rules for said tag championships. Now, Scraps O'Leary, who did win, we assumed would choose one of his brothers, or perhaps choose both of his brothers in his stead, to take on the Ministry. However, Scraps has chosen to team up with the one man who has defeated him here in POW, which is Johnny Mercury, a man with whom he has had a horrible back and forth with over the entire 2 months of this promotion's existence. However, tonight these two men have to learn to coexist, perhaps win their first gold here at POW.
Right, feeling that Johnny Mercury is someone who is potentially, at least technique and skill-wise and strength-wise, his equal. He thought no better man was ready to face off against the Ministry. Now, the Ministry being a powerful tag team here, who knows what's going through Scraps' head, whether he didn't want to put his brothers in the line of fire, or he just felt that he would be better suited to potentially take on the belt here. Now, we know Johnny Mercury also no fans of the Ministry.
Johnny Mercury himself, the Golden God, is not a fan of a man who claims to be a follower of a different one. We'll see what happens here tonight.
On his way to the ring first.
Introducing the challengers, the team of Scraps O'Leary.
Scraps coming to the ring, as he usually does, to the crowd, man of the people. However, not in his usual ensemble. There's a little more purple tonight.
And a big S on his chest today on top of that body armor.
Scraps is always the one with an ego. So we'll see how that pairs well with Johnny's enormous ego.
Perhaps using his ego to try and keep the Golden God's ego in check tonight here.
Two egos like that will do one of two things: either they will exist in sequence and cancel each other out, or they'll explode and the team will have a meltdown.
Anything is possible, especially with these two here at POW.
Scraps still showing solidarity with his brothers, as he always does. Scraps it is more. He wants to keep his brother out of harm's way, but we'll see what happens next.
And his partner, Johnny Mercury.
Now, my friends, settle in. Oh dear. What in the world?
It looks as though Scraps is not the only one to be donning new attire tonight.
Johnny Mercury has girded himself in Greek armor and a cape. He comes ready for battle. Unfortunately, that ready for battle takes about 3 minutes to get ready for. There's a 3 minutes we've got to settle in for. So, if you wanted to count every second, you probably could. No, I don't recommend it. You're very bored very quickly.
It looks as though Mercury today has forgone the usual purple attire. Today, just simply wearing purple on the cape, and simply wearing black and gold. A striking look, to be sure.
Johnny has lost his usual robe that he wears down to the ring. As I said, tired for battle. Perhaps taking this match a little more seriously than he has some of his others here at POW. And we'll see if this ready for battle attire gives him and Scraps any sort of advantage tonight in their match.
We can hope so, for their sake. If they are not prepared tonight, the Ministry is going to wipe the floor with them.
Now, I'd like to point out that the Ministry have never actually won these championships. They didn't technically disqualified their previous competitors and then were awarded the titles at a later date. They have never actually won them or defended them. So we'll see here tonight what happens when they actually get a chance to win these championships.
It's true. We have seen many of the members of the ministry in single combat or in tag in various situations. But you're correct, we have never seen them actually defend these titles. Tonight's the first. I just looked up while talking with you. I figured that at this point the match would have started already, but it turns out that Mr. Mercury still walking through his introduction.
Yep. Oh, wait. Here we are.
And the champion, the team of Father Ron and Bubba Trucker, the Ministry.
There they are, the Ministry, the Twin Women Connection Tag Champs. Coming to the ring, the big man, Father Ron, leading his disciple, Bubba Trucker. Father Ron, a veritable giant of a man, commands respect each time he comes down to the ring. We'll see if Scraps and Johnny show him any respect tonight.
He has earned a large amount of respect from many people on the roster. Not everyone willing to speak up their respect. Not everyone as courageous as, say, someone sitting at this very table.
I've never spoken of disrespect for Father Ron, but as I said, they never technically won these championships. They got a team disqualified and were awarded them at a later date. So maybe if they actually win them tonight, there will be some respect accorded.
Now, have you ever sat down and listened to Father Ron speak, like really speak from his heart, speak of going clear?
Honestly, I'd rather not. I've got places to be and things to do, and not pyramid schemes to get caught up in.
I certainly wouldn't call what the good father has to bring forward a pyramid scheme.
Well, that's right. They don't believe in pyramids. They believe in their own planets.
Right. And volcanoes.
Well, there we go.
And the deities that live therein.
All right then. I'll tell you what. I'll make some time. Maybe after the next episode.
It's fine. This is fine. It's fine. We can blame the Thetans.
We can, in fact, blame our Thetans. And here we are. Extreme Rules tag match. All four men in the ring at the same time. Pins can happen at any time. Submissions at any time.
Johnny Mercury, of course, peacocking there as Father Ron hops out of the ring. Unexpectedly hopping right back in and brutalizing the Golden God.
Stomping on Scraps. Scraps says, "Excuse me, I was busy beating up Bubba Trucker." Eat a belly-to-back suplex. Or belly-to-belly suplex, pardon me.
He's under the good father there. Bring him to the middle of the ring, potentially already going for a pinning combination, striking him to the face and the back.
As Scraps fights Father Ron in the ring, Johnny fights Bubba Trucker outside. Johnny going for a chair. Here from our ring announce area.
And of course, all this is legal as this is an Extreme Rules competition. One strike to the belly, enough for Johnny as he throws the chair back outside ringside.
Perhaps taking play from Porkchop's playbook.
One strike at a time. And rid of the weapon.
And finding another one. Father Ron getting a back body drop there, maybe finding his footing. Scraps rolls out. Johnny meets Ron after taking his time, having fun with Bubba Trucker. Ministry clears the ring. Bubba in some kind of ecstasy there.
Sweet, sweet ecstasy upon seeing Father Ron's backside as he left the ring.
Bubba Trucker might be the only one in sweet ecstasy here in the ring.
I wouldn't say that. Oh, excuse me. Just breathing out some ecstasy.
Match continues outside of the ring.
This is not a falls count anywhere match. So while these men can brutalize each other outside, through the announce table, into the announce team, they cannot get a pin. Oh, a brutal headshot from the chair from the good father there. That might be the end of the night for Scraps. Oh, no, he's able to fight back after that. He may be fighting with concussion, however.
Concussion or no, he seems to have Father Ron right where he wants him.
Fighting outside of the ring, especially in a match such as this, in Extreme Rules, is all part of the game. You know, if it is legal to be on the outside, why not go there?
But from one head to another, Father Ron hitting Scraps with an atomic drop there.
Leaving Scraps on the outside to recover for a few moments. Luckily, it was just an atomic drop and not a table or chair to the groin area. Father Ron now taking it very personally that Johnny Mercury was brutalizing the trucker, so has gone to brutalizing Johnny Mercury himself now.
Father Ron missed a pin there. Luckily, Bubba Trucker kicked out at 2. Could have been different, however. Not Ron paying as much attention as he perhaps should have.
I'm honestly just surprised that Scraps has not taken Father Ron back out into the crowd like he did this last week on POW.
Johnny coming to save Scraps there. These two perhaps. Oh, Pele kick. Scraps and Johnny perhaps working together better than anyone thought. Wait, I spoke too soon.
Not letting Johnny hit a finisher there that he was getting ready for, going directly for the pin. That could have cost them and potentially upset the Golden God, unable to move. Ooh! Father Ron looked like he was going to reverse it there, but then it was turned into a neck breaker by Johnny. Leading to a head scissor, and then smashing his face with the elbow.
Trucker there for a pin after hitting Scraps. Corkscrew DDT there.
Big man with his hand on the throat of Scraps.
Caught him in that choke slam. There he goes.
And delivers it.
Johnny rolls right back in the ring in time. Unbeknownst to Johnny wants to actually save Scraps or he wants to save his chance at the title.
Knowing Johnny Mercury, it wasn't so much that he was saving Scraps, but stopping a loss.
Indeed.
And therefore a loss of a title shot.
There's the boot. Mercury.
Big pump handle gutbuster. Both men double teaming Bubba Trucker. Choking the man against the ropes.
Oh. Scraps O'Leary getting fired up. That boot of his might have caught Johnny just as much as it did Trucker.
Picking Trucker back up.
A Superman punch into a cover. 1, 2, and 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, we unfortunately have a brand new Twin Moon Connection championship.
Brutal Superman punch from Scraps O'Leary to Bubba Trucker has earned them their first championship gold here at POW.
Scraps O'Leary here tonight, getting the win. It looks like Johnny wanted to get a few more strikes in here and there, and may grudge, hold a grudge here against Scraps. But that being said, they're now a team. They are holding gold.
And presenting the winners and new POW champions, Scraps O'Leary and Johnny Mercury.
And these two gentlemen, eager to celebrate, holding gold now. Both of these men thought that they would have been facing each other last month for the Twitch Championship. Now both hold gold together.
Now we have to see if these two can find a way to coexist as tag team champions. But that will be in the weeks to come. For now, to come is the match you've all been waiting for, our main event, the POW Twitch Championship on the line between champion Cannonball Vegas and challenger Chainsaw.
That's right. So tonight, we have seen two held titles change hands. This is not looking great for Vegas if that keeps up. So he has extra pressure, I believe, on him tonight now, after the rest of the show, to hang on to this title.
It would be the first successful championship defense here at POW, one way or another, with any title. So we'll see if Cannonball has what it takes to defeat the Chainsaw. The wild-bearded Canadian, however, is a wily opponent and could be ready to take that title, rip it from Chainsaw's hands, and put it around his own waist. Whatever it is, he needs something to hold his shorts out.
It's true. I don't know if you've been in the locker room lately, but that man, while also not a fan of showering, not a fan of keeping his shorts on outside of the ring.
I try not to spend time there unless I absolutely have to.
I only go back there to sign paychecks, but it is a sight.
The following match is scheduled for one fall and is for the POW Twitch Championship. And this is an Extreme Rules match.
Chainsaw fighting Canadian, ready here tonight for this chance. 3 weeks ago, I would not have said that this man was going to be in this ring tonight, fighting for gold. I very much thoroughly thought that this match was going to be DuPont versus the champion. But over the last 2 weeks, Chainsaw has proven that he is the superior competitor to Guy at the moment, until Guy is able to get himself in better shape.
We'll see what Chainsaw can do tonight against in his first title opportunity here at POW. But for now, I'm going to let this roar of the crowd carry you somewhere in.
That's not the only roar that we're hearing tonight. What's that I hear in the distance?
More of a, oh my! Look at that now. Here comes the champion driving his way to the ring.
Alright, tonight, Vegas comes to the ring tonight, accompanied by his motorcycle, Bet on Red.
Always bet on Red, the big old Harley of a hog that Cannonball Vegas rides. It's something that he brings with him to every show, always begs us to let him ride it out. We've never said yes. Apparently, Mr. Powers has found a ramp strong enough to handle all of his bet on Red.
We have been working for a month straight to try and get something that has a base under it strong enough for him to ride that thing down on. I figure now that he has the POW Twitch Championship, why not allow him to do it at least once?
Introducing the challenger from the Great White North, weighing in at 173 pounds, Chainsaw!
Usually one of our lightest competitors here at POW, here against a beefy mess of a man.
And the champion from Sin City, weighing in at 235 pounds, Cannonball Vegas!
Alright, the champion here, prepared to
defend that giant Twitch championship that he has. He has not let it out of his sight since winning it a month ago in a ladder match with Scraps O'Leary. The first time he's removed it while in the ring. Here we are.
That's correct.
Title on the line.
First time that we have seen this belt defended. Vegas has been telling me for the last month how much he's excited to actually show that this belt he is worthy of holding. And we'll see tonight if that's true.
We started off hot, punches in the rings, and now he's the single leg Boston Crab from Chainsaw. Vegas easily working his way out.
Also a thank you goes out to Witch Holly and DuPont, both of you for becoming followers tonight. We appreciate that so much.
Every view, every follow keeps POW on the air. Yes, we do appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to follow a couple of old fools and their dream of running a wrestling promotion.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is the first time we've seen these two competitors in a ring together ever. There was a 4-man elimination match and a Battle Royal last month, but I don't believe that either one of those men were in those matches together.
Nope. Cannonball was part of that 4-man elimination match, and Chainsaw part of the Battle Royal, but neither one was the other way around. Clubbed the Chainsaw's head and then boot follow. Vegas trying to find a bit of, I won't say momentum, but a rhythm perhaps.
Then German suplex again to the back of the neck and head, softening up the skull of the Chainsaw there.
Now this old man, however, is a hard-headed, stubborn lumberjack, so the head's going to need quite a bit of softening as we go.
We have all that hair matted on top, plenty of cushioning there, preventing his head from taking too much of the damage there, which must be why Vegas is going after it so thoroughly. Setting up the champ in the corner. Kick to the leg, collapses underneath him. The way he had him set up there, I was surprised he didn't go after a larger target there.
It is entirely true. I thought perhaps that kick might go up into Cannonball's back.
That is, of course, the larger target that I was speaking of there. Definitely not the target that was pointed directly at us. That has a hole right there in the middle.
Chainsaw taking forearms to the face there in the corner. Getting washed on the ropes. I'm sorry, Cannonball. Getting washed on the ropes.
Rubbing the champ's eyes across the ropes there. For a second I thought he was bleeding, then I forgot that he wears a red marker underneath his eye.
Chainsaw already sizing the champion up.
Big kick.
Boot to the face, and there we are.
And the last shot there to Cannonball's face. Kicks out after 2 though.
Cannonball says that last shot's not good enough to take him out. You better have one more loaded and ready to go.
Chainsaw said, maybe if I can't go after the head, I'll go after the arm. But taking the champ apart piece by piece, laying the knee on the back of the head, and applying as much pressure as he can.
A wily old man taking his time, just absolutely dissecting Chainsaw, or dissecting Cannonball. The name's too similar for an old man like me to keep straight.
Two C names in there, difficult to tear the two apart. They do also look very similar.
I disagree there. However, you're also talking about two weapons, multi-syllables, both start with C. It's not fair. But Cannonball from the champion. Into the cover. 2. Gets his own 2 count return. Can't believe that it was just 2. Now finally starting to find a little bit of rhythm here. As he waits impatiently for Chainsaw to get to his feet. There's that boot. And then the pop-up powerbomb.
We have seen that move time and time again in a match. Not having to worry about being close to the ropes, as this is a no-holds-barred match. Rope breaks are not a thing.
2.5 there to Chainsaw for pop-up powerbomb. Chainsaw's diet is almost certainly entirely moonshine. I would 100% agree. Made of maple syrup.
Absolutely correct. I've seen him backstage, and along with not wearing shorts, he's usually got a big old jug of moonshine that he's carrying around. Gave it to me one time, told me it was maple syrup. Not exactly.
Maple syrup Canadian whiskey made in his own backyard, which is, of course, the entire Canadian forest. This is a wild man here.
It's a very large backyard he has.
It is incredibly large.
The man is not a homeowner, nor a property owner, but has a large backyard.
He claims the Great White North as his home. Cannonball perhaps in a little trouble here.
Some would say that the clothes he wears right now is the only clothes he owns. I'm not entirely sure he owns those.
Wouldn't be surprised if he filched him off a clothesline somewhere in his backyard.
If there's one thing we know that he doesn't own, it's soap. Or mouthwash.
Very true.
Or he's setting up for the Brain Buster, the champ, able to fight his way out. Sends the man
Oh,
against
here
the
we
ropes.
are. That pop-up powerbomb again.
There it is.
2, 3.
And the 3 count. For the first time in POW history, a championship title has been successfully defended.
Cannonball Vegas, that second powerbomb, wins him the day.
Excellently fought battle there. Happy to see a title defense, making that title just that more
Prestigious,
Yes.
worthy of getting your hands on. What we did not see from Chainsaw was that Canadian Destroyer.
that certainly would have put Cannonball away for the night. Could have potentially ended the reign.
Your winner and still POW champion, Cannonball Vegas!
Cannonball Vegas, the only champion to successfully defend the title tonight. He has definitely proven that win last month's ladder match against Straps O'Leary was more than just a fluke. He has defended that championship. He has said, I will take on any competitor. We've placed him in there with Chainsaw, the wily lumberjack, and he has successfully defended that title. What comes next, you will find out this Friday evening on a special Friday evening POW that will come to you live on this very Twitch channel.
That's right. Through the month of July, our schedule is here and there, but you will always get alerts when you are following us to know when and where we will be broadcasting. Come August, we should be back on a regular Wednesday afternoon, 4 p.m. Schedule. But for now, stay tuned, and we'll make sure to let you know exactly when and where to catch us. If you are following this on YouTube, we always appreciate a like, subscribe. If you're here watching the stream right now, we always appreciate a follow. Thank you all. You are who we are here for. You're who we put this show on for. We love having fun with this, but we love entertaining you just as much.
Keep in mind, you can also find Power Overdrive Wrestling on Twitter at Overdrive Power. We tweet before every show. That is another way to find out when our shows are about to happen.
Thank you again for coming out to the show. This is a goodbye from me, Eric Powers.
And myself, TW. Thank you very much for joining Extreme Rules.
Andy with a Y. I cannot believe the wrestling I've seen tonight.
Thank you very much. We will see you all next time here at POW.